What's up, everyone? I hope you're having a great day so far. So today, I was like, let's do a vlog. Let's go ahead and do it because, I started the book a little bit and I'm already, invested. I'm already intrigued with it. It just hits. See, I'm speechless. There's no words to describe how much I'm enjoying this book so far. And I'm only in the second chapter, y'all. Only the second chapter, because literally in the first chapter hits you hard. It hits you so much. Like a tear dropped from my eye after I finished the first chapter, because I'm like, wait, what just happened? What just happened? Oh man. But anyways, I wanted to do this vlog for Hear Our Voices book tour, which thank you so much for Hear Our Voices for allowing me to be part of this book tour. I'm really excited to read this book, and it's getting to me already. So I started reading Birth of a Dynasty. Oh my gosh. When I told you literally just that I shed a tear, it literally happened. Like, there was more tears coming, trust me, but that one tear, that one teardrop got to me. And so we are introduced to a family. Hold on. So within this book, we're introduced to a family. Or we're in the prologue, it talks about the different tribes and the different families and whatnot. And about the magic within this world system, and that it holds two factions. So you have a faction that's just like the great doers, and then the seers. And then it goes into how a person, Akabelin, which is one of the greatest of the three lands set in the middle of this world, had it was once divided, but now they made it into one. It goes on to say, the 9 warring kingdoms until Akasum Zinzele conquered and unified them all, establishing the Zinzele dynasty. The other 8 fallen kingdoms were turned into high noble houses, and for 453 years, the high nobles swore their fealty. But then eventually everything just goes up in flames. And that is when we're introduced to Imakoru, who is one of the main characters who we're going to be following in this book. So definitely stay tuned, because there's going to be so much that I'm going to be talking about, but I got to keep reading. All right, y'all. So I had to gather my thoughts and everything and get myself together, because oh my gosh. So anyways, I wanted to read a little bit more before I got into the gist of it, and just letting y'all know there is going to be spoilers. I mean, this is a reading vlog, but who knows? I might keep things to myself. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But we're introduced to one of the families, and the main character we're following is Makuru. And the first thing we see is his mother talking to him, saying, "Who are you? Who are you?" And he tells her, who he is, but not in a stern, confident way. And then she's like, "Who are you?" And then he says who he is. He's like, "Yes, you need to do this. You need to be, strong when you say this. Your name is very powerful. It means something. This is your, this is your family. This is pretty much telling the world, telling everyone who you are and where you come from, or where you came from, right?" And that just got to me so much, because your name alone is powerful. So freaking powerful. And then literally from that moment, just things got real fast, and it's devastating. I'll say that. I'm not going to try to have this as a spoilery vlog. I don't want to do that to y'all, because I really want y'all to just read the book and pick it up and just be invested like I am. And so much happened, so much sacrifice, so much loss. And then it's like, what can you do? What can he do to get out of this? Everything that he's gone through, what happens next? So that is where I am right now. I'm only 35 pages in. I'm hoping to at least get 100 pages in before the night is over, before I go to bed, because I do have to work in the morning. But when I tell y'all that this book is good, I'm not lying. This is not no stunt. This is coming from me, my mouth, because when I say books are good, I mean the shit. I mean what I say. I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'll tell y'all how it is. I tell y'all how I feel about the book. You know what I mean? And this is just so freaking good. And for this to be her debut, oh my gosh. I'm excited for her. I'm so excited for this to be her debut. And I don't hear, like, well, the book hasn't come out yet. But I know there has been some ARC sent out. And I did look at a few things to see what other people say. And a lot of people also we're like, we see each other. Like, we're on the same, we feel the same way. We're vibing with how we feel about this book and what it does to you when you open the first chapter of this book. It hits you deep into your soul when I tell you this, like, no joke. But I am looking forward to reading more of this. I'm probably going to read more of it as I head to work, and then also read a little bit more on my lunch break. But I'm invested in this book, and also it's just a page turner. And like, for me, this is giving me like Evan Winter, like Rage of Dragons type of deal for me. I'm not saying you know, I'm saying there's no dragons in this, but that's the vibes that it's giving me. And I think if y'all read Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, I think y'all understand what I mean by that. Or just both of his books is giving me those type of vibes, especially the first book in the series. I can't think of any other comparison at the moment. I know people were saying like Children of Blood and Bone was another thing that people had mentioned. Some people mentioned like in the blurb alone, but I feel like it's deeper than that. And that's when I mentioned like Evan Winter's books, like Rage of Dragons. It's giving me that type of vibe for now. When I feel like eventually, as I'm thinking, like some other comparisons will come to me, you know, but just that one right now is the only thing that I feel like has that deep connection as a comparison with it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping, but hopefully y'all let me know down below, and you know, in the comments, and what y'all feel about it once y'all read this book, or when y'all pick this book up, because I really want to hear people's thoughts about it. I really do. I love hearing people's thoughts after they read a book, because, and also what they, you know, when they read it, what was their experience? Because everybody experiences books differently than others. People read books differently all the time. People interpret things differently. That's why I'm always open to hearing people's opinions and concerns and whatnot, because there might have been something that I did not catch, or it just went over my head, or I completely missed. But yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more, and then I am going to go to bed. But I just wanted to give you all my thoughts for now. I'm not trying to make this, once again, I'm not trying to make this spoilery, because I really, really, really want y'all to pick this book up. But I'm just sharing with y'all my thoughts as I'm reading this book, and how I'm, like, literally how I'm feeling emotionally. And, like, emotionally, I'm just like, oh my gosh. So that's where I am right now. So we shall see what happens as I read more. But yeah, I'll catch y'all tomorrow. All right, y'all, I lied. I read a little bit more than, you know, I'll be going to bed after this, though, I promise you, and then y'all will see me tomorrow. But we got introduced to Mikuru. Now we're getting introduced to Zecora, which is another group of people. So the first group, which we were talking about, Mikuru, he is from the Madara tribe. And then now we have Zecora, who is from the Wanabe tribe. And I remember I was telling you about like comparisons regarding books and stuff like that, and like how I interpret things are, especially how I feel what's happening now. It's definitely giving Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter versus versus Game of Thrones. I'm saying this due to the strategic plays that are happening within this book, as far as becoming the dominant tribe, as the one to become the king. Like all of these motives that are taking place, all these like strategic moments that are taking place within this book. And as I kept reading, there is another strategic play that is taking place. So regarding what I was telling you about Makuru, one of the main characters that we're following in this book, and what happened to him and his family, it all was a play to pretty much end this prophecy from happening. And this prophecy that was supposed to occur was to be like, I don't want to give it away, but let's just say it has something to do with the Madada tribe and the Wanabe tribe, and how if they become whole, if they come together in a sense, they will be powerful. They'll be strong. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm like making sense to y'all. Like I am literally going off of my feels as I just finished reading up to like 100 pages tonight. And I'm really curious to see what happens. Now, both of these characters are younger. They're still pretty much kids at this time. So I feel like it's going to progress where they're going to become adults. They're going to become teenagers, stuff like that. Like I can picture it. And with Sakura, who is from the Wanabe tribe, she wants to be like one of the best archers, and then become a part of the Selenge Amazons. But then they try to she's not the traditional princess where she likes to learn how to cook and clean and stuff like that. She's like, no, like I want to get my hands dirty. I want to go, like, she loves climbing trees, she loves archery, like that's what she wants to do. She does not want to be cooped up learning how to cook and clean and all the above. Which I'm loving her already. And then come to find out there was some bad news that she heard about, and she doesn't know how to take it. And her mother and father are acting a certain way, saying that, you know what, we don't claim this person. We don't, because her brother went to help the Mukundi, who is the Madada, from the family of the Madada, to help them or whatever, and something happens. And so now what her mother and father are saying is like, no, we have no parts with his actions. We are not attaching ourselves to him. We are only loyal to the king, and that is that. And Sakura just like, what? Like, that is y'all's son. But I get it, like, especially from the mother's point of view, she has to side with her husband. Whatever he says, she has to pretty much agree with him, keep all of her emotions in. But I feel like with Sakura's mother and father, they're doing that to keep face, because if they do admit that, you know, such and such, and they are, the actions that their son did, it reflects them. And so they pretty much saying that if they did say that they really supported the actions of their son, that is pretty much like political suicide. And it can put them and their family in jeopardy. So that's why they're trying to stay in the good graces of the king, which, like I said, there's a lot of political intrigue in this book. That's not like, and I love political intrigue, and there's so much action. Literally in the first chapter, like I said, shit goes down. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the development of not just this kingdom. Like they mentioned seers and stuff, and how the king tried to get rid of them, but, you know, or pretty much was killing them, but then decided to not do that and to keep them for their own type of use, for their own gains and stuff like that. At least that's what I interpreted from that. So we have that in the doors. They are, so like I said, they're factions, but the seers seem to be really rare. to have around. But all that being said, loving this book. I'm like, I need to go to bed because I have to work in the morning. If I didn't have to work, I would still be reading. I would at least be reading, at least I was at 50% into this book, because I really want to know what happens. I really want to know the character development between Zecora and Mikuru, aka Khalil, which is another thing that, you know, due to what happened in the beginning of the book, his name had changed. But if you think about it, like, that's a smart move. You know, he's claimed to be someone else, and his mother and father and so and so. So it's a good move, because if he kept saying who he truly was, that's also suicidal. Because of everything that took place, he has to lay low. He has to lay low because he's going to be in danger. So I find it very interesting. This gives me some type of movie too, and I can't think of it right now. Like, I can't. But I've seen movies like this before where something happens and, like, the child, like the son or the daughter, is pretty much out alone with nobody, and then somebody comes along and takes care of them, and they end up having a new identity and stuff like that. So I feel like there's a lot of movies out there like that, and there's plenty of books too as well. But overall, loving this book. I'm definitely going to go to bed now. But once I wake up, get dressed for work, I'm going to be listening to it in my car, because I'm hooked. I'm hooked. But I'll catch y'all in the morning, and I mean it this time. I mean it. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday. I'm on my way to work. It's my long day, so it'll be fine. On my way to work, of course, like I said last night, I'm going to be continuing reading Birth of a Dynasty, where I left off. I left off from the perspective of Zecora from Wanabe, from the Wanabe tribe. So, really excited to get to this. Just wanted to give you a little update. Probably the next time y'all see me, it'll be probably during my lunchtime, to be quite honest with y'all, and maybe a little bit after I get off work, because I do have to run some errands. But definitely looking forward to get back right into this book this morning. But also, I kept thinking about the book as well. Like, I'm still baffled about, like, the beginning of the book itself and all the action that took place. And sorry if I'm sweaty. It is freaking hot. I just put my AC on because I'm like, I am burning up, and who closed my vent? And so, yeah, book, so good. If I could give it a rating just based off of the few chapters, it's a 5-star. But I can't say that until I've completely finished the book, and give you my full evaluation, my full review on the book itself. And I'm getting to know more about Zecora, and I found out more about the Swilenge Amazons, because that's what Zecora wanted to be part of. That's why she was working so hard towards, as far as being the best archer, you know, and she was not like I said earlier, like, not the typical traditional princess where she wanted to be stuck inside doing chores and cooking and cleaning. No. But I will say this about the Swilenge. So, based off of what they told her, like, her brothers pretty much told Zecora that she could never be a Swilenge Amazon, because they are also the concubines. And so the Swilenge are the concubines of their father. And that's why they're like, you could never be a Swilenge, just for that simple fact. You will never be a concubine. You can never be a concubine. And I just got to that point as well about it. And then I'm trying to see how she feels about it. I think I left at that chapter. And I'm like, dang. And that sort of gave me some vibes of like, I know this is not correct or whatever, but it sort of gave me the vibes of the Woman King, except they weren't, you know, the king didn't touch the women. You know, the Woman King of the movie within the Kingdom of Dahomey, and how he had a specific people, a group of women, or his personal warriors, to not only protect him but to protect the kingdom. And that's what the Soralinge Amazons are. They're not just concubines, but they're also the protectors as well. So I found that very interesting. But hopefully that wasn't spoilery. I think that was just giving you facts. I'm not trying to get more into the story itself. It's just a fact of what I found out while I continued reading last night. So do not don't come for me. Please don't do it. But yeah, I'm heading to work. I got my coffee, and I also have my protein bar. I think I like this protein bar the best for me, since I'm working out and stuff. And they're like protein. So we have 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 5 cashews, and 5 dates. It's a chocolate sea salt. So there is that. And that is my breakfast. But yeah, I just want to give you updates on my thoughts and stuff like that, and just on my way to work. But y'all will definitely get more updates later on. So see y'all in a little bit. Good morning, y'all. So what had happened was, you know, I was at work. It was lunchtime. This is yesterday. And I was pretty much vibing and watching my anime episodes that released yesterday. So, and then on top of that, once I got home and took a shower, I was out, like, instantly. but before I was out, you know, after I took a shower, I did read. So I did read Birth of Dynasty, and I read up to chapter 200. So I mean, I was being productive. I was. It's just as far as keeping y'all up with updates and stuff, not so good. But anyways, I did read up to page 200. A lot has progressed, just a little bit. Remember how I was saying how in the Winabe tribe found out about Zarin, and that's her son, and that's Akora's brother, and how they pretty much was telling everybody in public that they have no ties to their son and the decisions that he had made, so they don't want to be connected to him whatsoever. And that's said in public, but in private it's a whole nother thing. And that's when we see Zikora's mother just go off on Zikora's dad, just going off on him. Like, I am hurting because no, she had to act like she didn't care about her son, and on top of that, she's worried about her daughter, because once again, these are about, like, this is like political stunts, political games, because, you know, now the king is after Zikora to prevent the prophecy from occurring. And so they're going to come for her. And she's like, what you mean? I already lost my son. Now I'm going to lose my daughter. And then and a lot of stuff takes place even before that, because due to Zikora's outburst in the public, her dad pretty much put her in prison, down in the, you know, in prison in the basement type of deal, right? And a lot of stuff takes place, and it was an eye-opener. I'm like, okay, so this is how this is. Obviously, he knows the political stunts that the king is pulling. He knows that the king isn't loyal. He's only doing these moves for only his personal gain. It's not for the greater good for the kingdom, right? Or for the people. So, I mean, Zikora's dad isn't stupid, but he low-key irritated me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But at least I was able to see him as true colors. Because I feel like any type of political power that you have, or any type of situation that you have within the government itself, in real life or in fantasy, is like you have to keep up appearances, and you have to say certain things to appease other people, and you can't just be real. Which, it's like, I really just wish that people weren't in fear of just be real and just be honest. But that's just not how it goes. You know, they're like, they have to appease to everybody. They have to make it look like, you know, yes, I've seen what happened and we will take care of it. Known good and well, they are just, in their head, they're like all fucked up. They're like going off. And so, with that being said, I'm glad we got to see Zikora's mom, her true colors. You know, in public, she has to have a certain demeanor. But in private, she went off on Zikora's dad. Like, went full blown off. Like, I already lost my son. I'm not going to lose my daughter. Like, what are you doing? Like, how, you know what the king is trying to do, and you're not even doing anything. So I'm just like, ooh. So we're at that point. And so that took place, and then we meet, Makuru, who is now Khalil. That is his alias. That's his new name. Just to be undercover, you know, keep, you know, lay low, lay low. But as he is staying low, sorry y'all, there's an impersonator who says that they are Makuru. And I think with Khalil, he is just going through the motions right now. He did find some people that are for the Makundi, and realized what had happened to him, realized what the king had done to pretty much diminish and demolish the Makundi. And so I feel like with Khalil, he finally found some allies. But then here comes this impersonator saying that they are Makuru, the last of the Makundi. And Khalil is just like, wait, what? What is this? Wait, what? But I think he is just going through the motions to see what happens. And that's where I pretty much left off with page 200. I feel like this book, I think, is fast-paced. I don't know what other people may think of it when they read it, or if they have read it and what they think of the pacing. I actually enjoy the pacing a lot. Like, I love getting to know more about this world, and also knowing about these characters and as they develop. That's the whole, like, and this is the first book of a series, like a trilogy, right? A series. And so this book is the opener of where we have to know more about the world. We have to know more about the different people, the different tribes, and also the main characters that we're going to be introduced to. We have to get to know them, because we're going to be with them for a minute, you know what I mean? Which I'm really excited for. And so, like I said, the pacing, I think, is perfect. I have no complaints about the pacing whatsoever. Truly enjoy the pacing. I'm really interested in seeing what happens with Khalil, with this impersonator. And then I also want to see what happens to Zikora, because going back to Zikora and how the king is coming for her, and, you know, which they did. They did come for her, saying that, yeah, you'll be under the queen, and, you know, she'll be helping you, yada, yada, yada. So she did end up leaving the Wanabe tribe. And just seeing that goodbye, like the send-off from the Serlinge, which I was a little bit emotional about it. I'm like, this is just beautiful. This is beautiful. And then also I'm thinking about the comparisons again as I'm constantly reading this. I'm like, how I said it was giving off Rage of Dragons, even though there's no dragons in it. It gives off Game of Thrones because there's this political intrigue of the political stunts of, trying to gain power of all these people and get rid of all these political threats. And then on top of that, I'm thinking of the Beast of Prey series by Ayana Gray. For some reason, I feel like that is also a thing that I feel like I'm getting as well. So there's a lot of mixtures of books that I'm now realizing that has that sort of similarities to it, which I'm really enjoying. But now that is my update. Right now, it is Saturday, so sorry y'all, I didn't really give y'all much yesterday, Friday, but it's Saturday. I'm running my errands. My daughter's going to a birthday party, so I'm doing that. And then and then and also I'm going to get my nails done. It's about time that I get these done. They're getting a little bit long, so I'm going to trim them down. I'm thinking of like a blue color. I miss my blue. If you don't know, blue is like my color. Blue is my favorite color. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be reading more of the book once I settle down and get home eventually. The birthday party is from 1 to 3. Hopefully I'm not worn out by that time. No promises, we shall see. But just wanted to give y'all a little bit of updates. But yeah, I will check y'all later. I'll give you some sneak peeks of my nails or whatever that Emily is going to be doing for me today, who is my nail tech. So you'll get little snippets of that. So definitely stay tuned for more. Uh-oh, are you gonna get it? Oh, look at you! Oh, uh-oh. Oh, almost.
Beat 20, Kiana. 13.
Almost. Got it. Hey y'all, now FYI, sorry about the background noise. I have my fan on here and have a fan on behind me because it's so freaking hot. But my daughter and I finally made it home from bowling, and then she wanted to stop at Sephora and get us a few things. Now, when I say a few things, she did have a gift card. All right, we don't just go in Sephora like all the time. Like, no. She had a gift card from her birthday, and she wanted to use the rest because she wanted to get some more body mist. But anyway, made it home. Started reading more of Birth of the Dynasty, and I'm consuming this so freaking much. But I just wanted to keep y'all updated, and also I did get my nails done. I was supposed to show y'all a snippet, but I completely forgot about it because my nail tech and everything, we were just talking, so the entire time having a full-blown conversation. So yeah, didn't even think about filming her doing my nails. But I did do like, if you follow my social media, I did do little snippets like for TikTok and for my Instagram, so you can find that. But anyways, I'm ready to get back into this, and I'm hoping I can finish this book tonight. And then also, like, I'm glad I made it home because it's so freaking dark. You could tell a storm is definitely about to come. But I'll give y'all more updates as I read more, and I cannot wait to share you my final thoughts once I finish this book. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday. Did I finish the book? No, I started dozing off because I was just tired. But man, I have more comparisons for y'all. I just feel like this is with this vlog, like, I've been sharing with y'all like comparisons of like certain books that I'm picking up, that I feel like that's like developing within the book itself. Like the last discussion I had with y'all was about this impersonator, someone impersonating Mikuru. But it was all for a reason, right? It wasn't just because they wanted this type of status and they wanted this name with fame or whatever. No, it was intentional. It had purpose. And once Khalil found out why he was impersonating him this entire time was the reason why, and how this impersonator knew more about Makaru and his family, all the details, right? Where it would sound convincing that he was the true Makaru, right? So it's all making sense. And then we found out more about why his grandfather, the guy that took Makaru in and named him Khalil, like saying this is your name, because it was all for a reason. This is how this is how it's supposed to play out. Like when I mention Game of Thrones, it's like a game, for real. His grandfather, the guy that took him in, who he now is considered his grandfather, I feel like he was, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I feel like he was a certain people that I've mentioned that hardly exist anymore. Like they are rare now. And his grandfather just foresaw all of this happening, and he knew, like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is how I need to position him to be ready. And so with Khalil, now we understand the whole point, the importance of his name, of Khalil. And to come to find out, Khalil, he is part of the Rossi family, which is devoted to the Zenzele, who is also, the people that are devoted to the Zenzele are devoted to the king. And come to find out, Khalil, his father was the commander, like the top commander of the Zenzele. And Khalil ends up pretty much becoming an ally at that point. And he's learning the different systems as far as how to be a commander, and if you're this commander, if you're like the white commander, this is how many soldiers that you get, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I see this playing out. Like I already envision what this next book is gonna, like when the second book comes out, which I really want the book now. Like I'm not gonna lie, but I can see how the series is going to align up. And all this is taking place 3 years after what happened to Makaru and his family, the Madada, or should I say the Makundi. And so he's like, Khalil's like 12 or something, like 12 or 13 years old now. And so you see this whole thing playing out. You see how he's pretty much, I don't want to give it away, but it reminds me of like Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. Like how he has a whole different identity, a different name, and only a few people know who he truly is, because whoever's close to him really knows who he is. And that's how I feel with Makuru, or aka a Khalil. And he's like Aragorn. He's positioning him, well Aragorn really didn't position himself, he was like, it just happened. But I just feel like with Khalil, like he's positioning himself in a way where it's well thought out of, where he will be able to get his vengeance, but it's going to take time. Like with this caliber of the king, like the king is like the highest person, the most powerful person in this world, right? You ain't gonna get that close to him. You're not gonna, you can't just try to get him all willy-nilly without no strategy, without no plan or whatever. So I just have a feeling, I know how, like I said, I know how it is going to play out, and it's going to play out beautifully. And I'm just ready. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. But that was my update from what I read last night. I literally have 50 pages left, which I know I said I was going to finish the book tomorrow, but I promise you I'm going to finish this book today, because I need to see what happens, what's going to happen towards the end of this book. And y'all, I'm really like, this book is it's a breath of fresh air. I feel like with this year alone, like I've had a lot of great reads, but they're far and in between with a lot of the books I've read, and this book is so freaking good. Like I highly recommend that people pick this book up. And this book is pretty much, once I put this up on my channel, it's going to be out already. So I really hope that people pick this book up and realize the greatness of it, and like the world developing, the character driven, the plot, so freaking good. I'm not just saying this just to say this, y'all. Like, when I say something, when a book is good, I'm gonna keep saying that. When I say when a book is good, I mean a book is good. It's worth your time. This book is worth it, I promise you. Like, hands down, it's like become definitely one of my top reads of 2025. No question. I plan on doing another book review after my vlog, because I just want to share with people how great this book is. Like, so great. But that is my little update for today. I just got to work because I'm working today. This is my Sunday. So I am here for this book, Birth of a Dynasty. Oh my gosh. So freaking good, y'all. So good. But y'all will hear more from me later on today, not tomorrow, later on today. And once I see y'all again, I will have finished the book, and I will give you my full analysis of the book and my rating of the book. So stay tuned. Y'all, I finished the book. Can I just say 5-star read for me? Like, this is definitely my top read of 2025. I don't know if I said this already, but yeah, it's definitely a top 5 read. One of my top reads of the year for sure. Like, this book, I need the second one. Like, right now. So much has taken place. This is a lot with plotting, but it also has some character building, because we know more about Makori, like aka Khalil, and we know more about Zakora. We know about their background. We know about their family. We know about the Madada. We know about the Numani, Makundi, the Razi. Like, we just know families. We know all the families over here. So, like, I was really blown away with this book. I love the pacing. I love the writing. There was never a slow moment for me. It was it's well written. It's well done. Chinaza, Bado, you killed it. And this is your debut, so I'm giving you all your flowers right now, because this is absolutely freaking amazing. So freaking good. And when it ended, I'm like, no, I need more. I need more, and I need it now. Like I literally had me in my feels in the beginning of the book, when everything just went down. So now I'm just like, Yes. Okay. So it ended. Now I just got to wait and be patient. But let me tell y'all, when I say that I enjoyed this book, I enjoyed every single moment of it. It was so freaking good. The characters that I've grown to care for and appreciate, like the plotting in this book within the characters, as far as like the power of, as far as the like political intrigue, everybody's fighting for power. Just really just enjoy it so freaking much. But yeah, this book is out now. Like when I'm going to post this book will already be out. The release day is the 29th of July. So if y'all haven't picked the book up, I highly recommend you do so. Go to your independent bookstore, your library, whatever you need to do to get this book. Go ahead. If your library don't got it, make sure you send a request so that they can get the book in for you and have it ready for you to read. I'm sure some indie bookstores will have this book as well. Just any bookstore near you, pick this book up. Library, pick this book up. We support indie bookstores here, so of course your indie bookstore, of course, and your local library is also important, and they need your support as well. But yeah, a 5-star. If I give them more stars, it'd be thousands. It'd be an infinity of stars, because this is absolutely amazing. And I'm excited to continue on reading on in the series. And yeah, I had a great time. There was never a dull moment. A lot of action. So yeah, definitely a must read, and definitely pick it up. And also, I would like to thank Hero Voices Book Tour for letting me be a part of this amazing book tour. And then also thank you so much for gifting me this copy. I really appreciate it. I'm going to cherish this, oh my gosh, and have it on my shelves. And it's definitely going to be in my top reads shelf for sure, of all time. So yeah, thank you all so much. And once again, pick this book up. You will not be disappointed. It will not disappoint you. This book does not disappoint. But thank you all so much for watching my crazy vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing y'all's comments about the book after you read it. But have a great day, everyone. Catch y'all next time. Bye, everyone.